Hey guys, Romie here. I got one thing to say. Welcome to Wakanda. Oh my gosh. So I saw Black Panther this morning. I went at the 9:25 AMC 3D IMAX showing because I said I don't want to deal with crowds. I just want to get it, even though the theater was pretty full. So it just shows how bomb this movie is and how important it is. Because people still, a lot of people still are poising to go and see it, even though it already broke records, already did over $201 million in 3 days. So that's from Friday to Sunday. It did that, and now it's on pace to do over 230 something million for when you add in today. And it, it this movie came at the right time because I feel like the country and the world need to be at a certain point to digest the anecdotes and the storytelling that this movie did. Because I'm not going to do any spoilers. What I will say is it's important to see for many reasons. Culturally, it was nice to see. Not nice. It was really awesome to see the different African clothing, because this is stuff that's already been put out there. So it's the clothing, the African clothing, the culture, actual culture mixed into this, this comic book fiction type of world. Wakanda looks amazing. When you see it, you're going to be like, why could I be there? And when you hear about the whole concept of everything and how they did it, it was amazing from start to finish. Some people who I didn't even realize was going to be in the movie, one of the characters being, now this is a spoiler. This is a spoiler because a lot of people didn't know this. So fast forward right now if you don't want to hear one of the actors who was in the movie. I did not know. I don't know why I didn't know that. Fast forward now, like 10 seconds. Sterling K. Brown was in the movie. And this person played a big part. I said, what? How did I miss this? We already knew that people like Lupita, Michael B. Jordan, Chadwick, and shout out to the director, 31 years old. Shout out to Tyler Perry, because I saw on social media today that Tyler Perry made very clear that one of his new studio lots, that was one of the locations for Black Panther. So I said shout out to Tyler Perry, because my mom and I were having a discussion today about, for example, how this younger new director was able to get a budget and get this movie going, where it's like a Tyler Perry who's been successful and has money and had a budget for a while, maybe not on this scale, but just in general to kind of put out more movies like this. But I was telling her that it's all about building a platform for other people to succeed, and sometimes it's a lot easier and better if you go and assist others to greatness and have a hand in that than just trying to go and steamroll and do it all yourself. Because there's stigmas, there's a whole bunch of things when you've been in the industry long enough. Like I said, this movie culturally, it was great. This is slightly a spoiler, but the way how there's one character that brought in a lot of, who focused a lot on past and present stuff culturally, and the way how they did everything, it didn't beat you over the head with making their points. Because remember, this is still a superhero movie. This is a movie that's supposed to hit a lot of demographics. The reality is, even though this is a movie where Black people support like crazy, there's still other groups and large groups, whether other minority groups or the majorities, that need to see this movie. So they definitely made sure they did it in a way where I went to a movie theater where it was full of white people. There was only a handful of Black people. The rest were white people, which for a superhero movie in general, I'm not surprised. But for a movie like this, and there's always that stigma of when it's something Black, it has to be either a slave movie or where the black characters, the main characters are just struggling, and then they overcome for white people to look at the movie and enjoy it. I'm glad this, and hope internationally, it's even though it's already doing well, I hope that other cultures, the Asian culture, is going to eat this up. Please, you see K-pop and all that stuff. That's not going to be a problem. I'm not worried about that. I'm talking about other countries where there's still that stigma of that a black leading cast won't. Uh, won't resonate with the people there because they just don't look like them. So it's like, oh, okay, that's cool. Not prejudiced, but that may not be for me, so may not go and support. I think this is going to be different. It's a superhero movie, and it just looks awesome. And even with all the African stuff, like I said, I was in the movie theater with a bunch of white people. I didn't hear not two words except for clapping and laughing at the stuff that was actually funny. And it, this movie is something you just have to see, and I wish I could just talk about it in length and detail, but I don't want anyone to say, oh, you said this about this person, this happened with that person, oh, it ruined it because it was so intermingled and how it was woven together. It was great. I just wanted to go and let you guys know I saw. Of course, like everyone else, I wish Wakanda was real. I would happily serve under a king like the Black Panther. I sure would. I sure would. Shout out to women empowerment, because this movie, and a lot of people don't even understand how in African culture that really was or still is a thing where the women played a huge part. Maybe in certain areas they were more submissive, but women were strong, and you definitely do see that just in general. But West Indian culture is probably the closest thing to African culture as far as Africans that were removed from Africa and brought to the mainland. But West Indian women in particular, they get this stigma of being strong and feisty and fighters, but that's natural. It's not bad. It's amazing, and it was amazing how in this movie, like if you thought Wonder Woman was woman empowerment embodied, you're gonna love this movie and how it promoted the youth and the sciences. And I'm sure there's a lot of kids that are probably looking, and the celebrities that were like, you need to see this, because kids emulate what they see. I don't care what anyone says, they emulate what they see. So if they see, oh my God, look at what she's doing, look at what they're doing, look what he's doing, he can be a king, he can be this and that, I want to do that too. It's no difference from seeing like firefighters and policemen do positive stuff, and you're like, oh, I want to do that too. That's all I got. I didn't think I was going to talk this long, but that's how good that movie is. Wakanda Forever. Oh yeah, I'm going to see it again this weekend. Trust. That was funny. I said, I want to go and see that movie, and someone who was like, oh, I want to go too. I said, oh well, we'll just have to go at different times because I need to see it now, which I did. Go and see it now.